and then I'm going to play more games, guys, to finish off. So, first game is from Horse Madness. $3.50, 6 max turbo. Let's get right into it. I think the 8 jack is good against a good player and bad against the fish. That sounds pretty good to me. So I stopped the music so that I can put this on YouTube. ISO. Well, you can do two things here, Horse Madness. You can ISO, or you can just limp behind and play a multi-way. I think in $3.50 games, there's more value playing this multi-way, so I would just limp behind. But if you were to ISO, your sizing's a little too big. Just make it 3 times the big blind, plus an extra big blind for every limper. So it's 60, plus 40, 100 is your size here if you want to ISO. I would probably bet the turn for value. Now that he's checked twice, he doesn't have an ace. Bet the river for value as well. Decent. What's up, Luigi? How you doing? Yeah, I know. My face after seeing that river card. GG, so close. Don't hit anything, just check fold. Good. I would just fold this. I don't think this hand has enough value. Three-handed. Even though it's a very good price, good odds, you know, it's just hard to hit anything that looks good. You're looking for 2 pair or better. There's no straights you can make. The flushes are going to be bad. So I just fold this. Look for something a bit more connected. I would not isolate with ace-2 off because people like limping weak aces, and he's going to dominate you a lot when he limp calls. Like, he's going to limp call hands like ace-6, ace-7, and, you know, when you do hit an ace, you're going to be fucking yourself over by putting chips in against the guy that has you out-kicked. So just fold weak aces against early position players. And if you do isolate, your sizing's way off. Remember, 3 times the big blind, plus 1 big blind per limper. You don't need to risk that much, it's a big risk. 27 BenQ. Is that a 120 Hertz? I really want to get a 120 Hertz or 144 Hertz monitor. Can you play a 180? I might play 180 COD. We played one a little bit ago. While I loaded the 90, I was also playing a 180. We busted that one though. Good flop. Good bet. This is too loose. Just don't raise Queen Jack off in under the gun. I don't think I can even find a situation where I would ever raise this. Even on a very fishy table, it's just offsuit. It doesn't have enough value. Maybe if both blinds are sitting out or the big blind is sitting out. But why are we checking with trips? Just value bet. In micro stakes, when you have a hand, just bet, bet, bet. No funny stuff. Don't be tricky. Zanbiku was a fish, Julius and Logic were reggish. So this guy's the fish, these are the regs over here. Not sure about other two. Zanbiku was a whale. Alright, good to know. Thanks, Horse Madness. So against a whale, alright, I guess you can isolate. I mean, I wouldn't... I guess it's okay to isolate this against a whale, but your sizing's still wrong. Yeah, and again, it's much better to isolate when you know this guy's a whale. So, okay, those... I see now why you raised, but you need to work on your sizing. Where were we? Queen Jack, just fold. Okay. 3-betting the ace-6. Alright, you can do this. There's two ways to play this. You can 3-bet as a bluff and then fold to an all-in, or you can just call and see a flop. the better line is going to depend on how he reacts post-flop and against 3-bets. If he's raising, let's say, like 70% and only 4-betting top 10%, well, it's easy, just 3-bet, because he's folding all the time. If he's, not folding to 3-bets, or he's raising the small blind very tight, let's say he's only raising here 20%, well, 3-bet's not going to work very often, because most of his range is value. Just call and see a flop. Also, if he plays very badly post-flop, I'd be more likely to call and not turn that hand into a bluff. But certainly the 3-bet there is fine. It's speculative, this hand. Like, I'm not in love with this raise, but I do this sometimes. I would prefer it if the blinds were green players. You've told me that these two are regs, which makes this worse, because you're going to play pots most often with the blinds when you raise from early position. And if you do get called by one of these guys, you have to play it out of position, which means you're at a disadvantage. So if these guys were bad players, I would be more likely to raise the 8-7 of clubs. If they're good, like you said, just fold, in my opinion. Good c-bet, you can represent. Definitely just giving up. Wow, good river card. Bet big, nice, well played. What does he have? Ooh, okay. I don't like the way he played it, but you played it very good. Check fold, don't bluff a fish. Well done. Oops, I said the F word. My bad. Don't bluff a green player. Easy call. Steal, nice. I do like how aggressive you're being. You might have to tone it down a little bit, but I do like that you're playing aggressively. Horse madness. Just shove all in. Good. Good job. I don't know why we're limping, man. King, Queen suited's a value hand. Shove is plus EV. So, are you thinking that limping is more plus EV than shoving? Are you trapping? I guess if this guy's very aggressive, then you can limp trap this. Or you can min-raise trap and just call an all in. But we haven't seen too much out of this guy. I guess you're trapping. Maybe he's super aggro. Check river. What's going to call you? I guess worst queens will call and they're not going to bet. You do block the flush draw, which means it's more likely he just has showdown value. I like this bet, I think. Because because you have two spades, it's less likely that he has a draw himself, and more likely he just has like a 9 or another queen. You obviously are getting called by an ace, but because he checked the turn, he did check the turn, right? Yeah, like it's pretty unlikely he has an ace. I don't mind that value bet. Don't limp this, just fold. It's bad. 10-5 suited is a bottom 25-30% hand. It's just junk on the button. Very, very close to a call against a regular. I would say if he's an aggressive regular, I would call. Yeah, 6 max turbo, $3.50 buy-in. Benji, that doesn't make much sense. I often flat ace-king off, but ace-king suited, I 4-bet, 5-bet shove. Ace-king suited plays better post-flop than ace-king off, so you should probably reverse that. If you're doing that kind of thing, like flat ace-king suited and 4-bet ace-king off, in my opinion. Are we talking about cash games? Yeah. I still think what I said applies, but I'm not the best cash game player, so I could be wrong. We'll limp against this guy. You're playing pretty trappy. Like, this line, look how strong this looks. You're check raising in a limped pot. Like, he's just going to fold everything. You don't want him to fold. You want him to just call, call, call. So I would just bet so that, if he has anything like a draw or king high, maybe he just calls. I just think you lose value because you're only going to win this one bet. He's never calling this because you have the two pair. He doesn't have an ace. And he's going to be scared with his flush draws, so he probably just folds them. Just bet, bet, bet. You're playing a bit too tricky, I feel, Horse Madness. Just stick to a standard ABC, aggressive, post-flop line, bet, bet, bet. So I really like this 3-bet against the regular. I like your sizing as well. I think that's well played because we know that this guy's a regular. You're doing it again, though. I don't like this one because a few reasons. One, it's not a very good 3-bet hand. 2, you're playing out of position. 3, you just 3-bet the last hand, so he's less likely to fold and more likely to be tight here. So it's just not a good spot to 3-bet light. And your sizing's not very good. Look at the pot odds he's getting. He's getting 3-1 in position. So I think, I don't know why he's folding. To me, I would not fold anything in this situation. I would always call, at least. Call at least. So this to me is too spewy. Just fold. That's okay. You're being aggressive as a triplet, that's fine. You don't want to limp medium pairs because if he does check, these hands play poorly post-flop out of position. There's going to be a lot of overcards. You're not going to know what to do. So just raise as a trap. You can raise call or you can shove all in. Against passive players, just shove all in. Value bet, nice. Good raise. Raise, pre-flop. See, because this guy, you know, he's been folding to our aggression. He's not slowing down, you know, he's not just folding to us. You need to put pressure on him and raise 3 times the big blind, 4 times the big blind with any 2 cards because you're the huge chip leader and he has to play very tight. So I would 100% raise pre-flop. I mean, we're bluffing here. I don't know about this. It's okay. You're putting pressure on him. You do have some backdoor equity if he does call. But this is the kind of board that hits him fairly hard. All the hands that he's limping really hit this board. 10-9, 10-7, 7-8, 7-9, Jack-10, Queen-Jack, King, Queen-10. Some of those hands he can't continue with. But sometimes he just doesn't believe you. Especially if you've been very aggressive. Okay, I don't mind the limp here. Because if you raise, you can't raise call, but you really want to see a flop, so that's alright. Doesn't happen though. Very interesting hand history, this one. Just going all in. Plus EV, for sure. You can min-raise fold, you can also limp fold if the guys are very tight, but shoving all in against someone that likes calling is the best play. Fold the Queen-4. Fold that. This is not a call. Definitely minus EV call against a 10 big blind shove. Your range, this is just an ICM calculation. Let's try and do this one. I haven't done this in a while, so I'll do the calculation just to show you guys how to do it. Close down PokerStars. Got to close down PokerStars before you open up ICM calculator. I'm missing a bit of the chat. Sorry, guys. Okay, so let me open up Hold'em Resources. I'll find this hand, 4 of clubs. Oh man, this is going to be hard for me to do because the hand history is all jumbled up. I can do it in here, I think. That doesn't work. So we are a few hands from the end. It's got to be 4 of clubs, 4 of hearts, 3-handed. So that's heads up. That's heads up. Gotta find 3-handed. 3-9. 6-3. Jack-8. Okay, so we're getting close. Sorry guys, I'm gonna do this ICM calculation just because I don't do them very much on stream and it's pretty important to show you guys how to use the calculator. King 8. Queen 4. 3-9. fours. Here we go. Okay, copy that to my clipboard, open up Hold'em resources. Yeah, you definitely have to think about the guy's limping range. Jack 10-7 really hits his range hard when he limps. Paste from clipboard. Payout structure. 50, 30, 20. It's a 6 max, so it's 65, 35. Okay, I'll move this so you guys can see it. Alright, there we go. So, here's the simple calculation. It's three-handed. I'll run the hand again so you guys remember what happened. Regular player shoves 10 big blinds on the button, on the bubble, as a short stack. What is his range? First question. Let's see. Does he fold any ace? Probably not. So I think he's shoving any ace. Let's edit his range. Any ace. Now, he's probably shoving any pair. Is he shoving the Queen 8 suited? I don't think so. I'm going to take these hands out. 9-8 suited. Most people would. 10-8 maybe not. Jack 8 sometimes. King 8 yeah probably. Jack 10 again sometimes. Maybe not. We'll be a bit conservative and say that this is his range. Some people push loose, push more. They might push this and they might push this. Some people will be much tighter and will push like this. But on average, you can do the calculation for different ranges to see what you have to call against tight players and loose players. But for this guy, I think we'll put his range something like that, 29.4. Okay. You also have to fix the overcall, because this is going to make a difference. So this next line here is the overcall. This means, so this is the overcall here when you click here. So button shoves, you call, big blind also calls. What's he overcalling? I mean, I really doubt he's overcalling nines, so I would edit this range. His overcall range on the bubble, in my opinion, is probably 10s and ace king. And this scenario, this next one, is button shoves, you fold, and it goes to just the big blind. What's the big blind call range against 10 big blind shove? Ace 8 off, yeah. Fours, probably. Let's see. King 10 suited, yeah, this looks okay. This looks okay. We'll leave it like that, big blind call range. We've got to do the next one. So this is, if the button folds, and you push 100%, what's the big blind call range? Looks decent. Maybe we'll add ace 10, king queen suited, because he's probably a bad player. Something like that. What is your call range when the button shoves 10 big blinds and you're in the small blind? In that exact, with all these ranges edited out, this is your call range. So all the greens, all the ones with pluses next to them. Ace 8 suited, king queen suited is break even. Ace 9 is a good edge. Anything over 0.1 is going to be good enough in a sit and go. If it's under 0.1 or around 0.1, it's like a very close edge, and you can argue to fold those very close situations because you can get more value in the future playing smaller pots, and you know those are very, very close situations. So you don't have to call king queen suited because it's basically break even. I would fold a break even call in this situation, but like ace 10 plus 1, that's insane. You can never fold that. Ace 9 plus 0.2, it's good, and I think you'll struggle to justify folding that hand. Fours, minus 0.09, so it's actually better than I thought. I thought it would be horrible, but it's basically just break even. Fives is really decent, so it looks like your range here is just fives or better, but that's how you do the calculation, guys. And then if you're doing that by yourself, just play around with the ranges. Maybe put the button range, edit his range and make it like 50%. Maybe he's a maniac. What do you call in the small blind against 50%? Well, now all of these are green. Fours is a call. Ace 2 suited is a call. Ace 5 off is a call. King 10 off. King 9 suited. Then you can maybe make him a super nit. Make him only push 20%, 15%. What is your call range then against a nit? Well, look, you have to fold Ace 10. You have to fold sixes. King Queen suited is an easy fold. Ace 9 suited is a fold. So that's how you get better at ICM. Practice hands in calculators and change the ranges. Just see what happens. Alright. So marginal call, I would have folded for sure. Don't limp eights heads up, man. Just value, just raise. Raise, value. Thin value bet, fine. I think you limp way too much with strong hands. Play more, you know, value ABC game in micro stakes. So we try and limp stab. He could have anything in the big blind. He just checked. You need to bet. This is your best chance of winning the pot. If he has nothing, he's just folding. You have 4 high. You can't win at the river. So I don't know why you're checking here. You're just letting him hit a card, or you're letting him bluff into you. If he bluffs now with 5-2, you fold, right? So why are you... I don't know, why are you playing this passive on the flop? Just bet the flop. Fold that. Definitely. Raise that. That's fine. Fold. Fold. Raise. Good. I don't like raising hands that play badly, heads up, out of position. So, like, choose something that's better than Queen 2 off to raise. I'd be like, Queen 8 off is fine, Queen 7 suited, whatever. Yeah, Queen 2 off's a bit too weak, because he's going to call you a lot, and he has position on you. Just limp that, that's good. Value bet against draws, good, looks good to me. Queen 2. Like, it's plus EV because he's being too tight. You will make money with this play, but I think that there's a better way of playing it by just limping or min raising, because he's been playing very, very ABC against us. You don't need to just take a shove like this. It's a winning shove, yes, but I feel like against this guy, you don't need to take such risks with very marginal all-ins. You're going to make money doing this though, but you know, I think to be a really good sit and go player, you need to recognize how to get absolute maximum value. And this is a situation where you can get more value, in my opinion, by playing differently than the standard play. Alright, I'm going to do buachaill donas. Review if he's here. $1 90-man final table. Well, if he's not here, we'll do it on YouTube anyway. You can look at it after. So it's a 90-man final table. Looks like a knockout game. Is it a knockout? Oh, wait. It must be a knockout because it's 90-man. Well, unfortunately, we can't see what everyone's bounties are, and that's going to make a difference to some of the plays. But we'll just remember that it is a knockout. Final table. If your opponent is in big blind, it's likely to shove 100% when limped to small blind. Yeah, I know. Yeah, of course. If the guy's going to shove 100%, then yeah, you trap with 8s, but we don't know that. He's just a random player. Yeah, of course. You can construct situations where limping with 8s is good, I agree with you. But we don't have that information. So, like, you just don't want to be limping 8s there, unless you have some kind of crazy read that the guy's shoving 100%. Pre-flop play of the other players. Okay, we can talk about the other guys a little bit. You're like, okay, well this is a limp or raise, like, people will be playing weak, right? Fold the sevens against a 3-bet. Fold that. Just all in with that. Good. Yeah, it's okay. It feels a bit risky to do this. Like, I would prefer just a min raise and then fold against the 30,000 chip stack and fold against this guy with 14,000 and call the other two rather than shoving my whole stack in. Just min raise. I know it looks like it can look stronger min raising, but in a $3 game or $1 game, people aren't going to know that, and that you want to give them maximum opportunity to make mistakes. Ouch. That's unlucky. That's an all-in. Any suited Broadway with less than 10 big blinds is going to be a shove. So just all in that. Yeah, good fold, because this guy's with 10 big blinds is going to be quite tight. You're welcome, Horse Madness. Oh, it's just a regular? Alright, that's good. Thanks, Sirima. Just a regular 90 man. No knockouts. Alright. Good to know. Good fold with ace-5. I just think that this guy is shoving 10 big blinds. The worst hand he's shoving there is probably ace-jack or ace-10 suited. You're just crushed. Another walk. Yeah, like this guy's just walking you too much. It's fairly obvious. Fairly close. Fairly close. 7 big blinds. If he's aggressive, call. If he's tight, fold. That's the... We saw him play with Queen 8, right? So it's definitely a call against him. Wow, that's just insane. Like, so terrible. Do you do MTT's final table coachings? I do. Jep Jack, yes. My style is... I don't play MTTs that often, right? So I think that I'm profitable in them, of course. But for my price, you might be able to find someone with better experience, basically, is what I'm trying to say. But if you really want me to give you an opinion, then I can look at your game for you. The 30k stack was disconnected. Oh, okay. That is going to change things. This guy is folding again. He's obviously just a nit. I guess he's not disconnected anymore. If he was disconnected, you need to raise here, because you're just playing heads up against this guy on the button. So he is disconnected. Just raise. Raise the button. More walks. No, 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 no. This is just horrible. You are pushing into the chip leader as comfortable second place with 3-4 off. You don't want to make this play. He has to be insanely tight for this to be marginally profitable. Like, is he going to fold here like ace-8? If yes, then maybe this is slightly profitable, but even then I wouldn't do it. I just min raise or limp. Like, there's no way that a shove is ever going to be the best play here. It's just way too risky. If he's that tight that a shove can be good, just min raise. He's going to fold anyway if he's a tight player. Or limp stab. If he's that tight. Otherwise, just fold, bro. You too much risk. Why are we shoving aces? Just min raise. Losing so much value. What? I mean, we just shove 2-3 off, and now we're folding 10-2. Doesn't make much sense. If he's a tight player, play 100% and just min raise. If he's a loose player, why'd you shove 3-4 off? I'm not in love with this. It just doesn't play that good. You're getting odds, yeah, but we're second place. There's a shorter stack. You have to play out of position. It just doesn't flop that great. I just fold. We have a gut shot with a very small bet and the backdoor king high draw. Definitely call. Ugh. 30. 3,000. Jeez, it's so ugly. I really don't like folding, but how else can you get money out of this guy? It's kind of risky to play this because the only way to win this pot is to like call or check raise or call and donk lead river representing like trips or a full house. It's pretty risky. I don't mind the fold, but definitely pre-flop is the mistake there. You don't have to be a sub. You just email me. It's a universal replayer, King X flawless. Like this is slightly better to defend than King 4 off, but it's still not that great because you're short. And this 3,000 chips really means a lot to you right now. I would just fold. What's going on? Why are we bluffing? Just check fold. Too much risk. All in's fine with ace 10 and the 5s, that's fine. Wow, we win a 3-way flip. Or chop it up somehow. Yeah, same as before. If he's tight, shove, because he's less than 10 big blinds, min raise, limp. Otherwise, why do we play the 3-4? Maybe he was sitting out, I don't know. All in with that, it's fine. This guy's folded every small blind to us. Thanks, bro. All in, 5 big blinds. Another fold. All in, good. All in, good. Another fold. Jeez, such a nit. Any two. Because the blinds are so high now, you can just shove any two cards against tight players. Yeah, 90 man. Fold. Another fold. Wow, this guy's so terrible. All in. Fold. Another fold. Jeez. Snap fold. He's such a nit. Never ever play this. Nah, big mistake, man. Big mistake. This guy's folded every small blind. He's a huge nit. Huge nit. Oh, I'm so surprised that he folded. It makes me look bad, but I think that shoving 4s against a nit in this situation is not going to be that profitable. Maybe he hasn't been that nitty from the button. He's finally raised, so we'll just call. Call. I guess shove's fine. Doesn't really matter. As long as you don't fold. You can call, then call any turn, or you can just shove now. I kind of like shoving now. Trying to get it in against the flush draws rather than letting the flush draws miss and then having him check fold. I think that's okay. You see, the first time he raises a small blind, he has ace king. Don't fold, heads up. Like anything, first hand. Just play it. Min raise, limp. Especially a jack. This is never going to be a fold. Shoving is good there. Raising's okay. You can also just shove. You can limp. All of them are good lines. You can shove pre-flop with queen jack. It's good enough. If he's very tight, okay, just call. Why are we bluffing? I guess it's okay. It's hard for him to hit this flop. So the queen jack. Yeah, I don't mind this play. I don't mind it. It's a very weak bet. Wow, he snaps you off with king high. I wasn't expecting that. Why we... Wait, what was that? Okay, you can fold that, but you don't have to. I would donk this, because this flop really hits your big blind range more than his, so just bet 4,000, you should win it. Bet turn again as a bluff, he's being weak, he's checking. Bet river as a bluff, he's weak. So, what? Whoa, whoa, whoa. We check call jack high. Wow, what a hero. My hero. You know, the funny thing is, If you had Queen 8, you would have looked like a moron. So you're just guessing here, man. Just bluff by leading into him. This is just a guess, and you got lucky. You made yourself look like a hero, but it's not good. Yeah, ace is fine. GG. You said it was an ugly game. It definitely was. You got some work to do. Not too bad, though. I've seen worse. Alright, I've got time for a few more games.